Turn on your fans. Today I'm going to tell you why you should never buy a used fan from eBay. Now, numero uno, most used fans from eBay are way too overpriced. The previous owner would want way too much money for the fan, and sometimes the fan, depending on what condition it is not even worth it. Now, I got a Harbor Breeze Fair Isles from eBay, and it was used. And in the picture, it looked like it was in good condition. But when I got the fan, and I took it out the box and everything, it didn't come with its original box. It just came in a regular box, and the light bulbs were busted. And only one of the light bulbs out of 4 was not busted. And the fan had some rust on it, and it didn't even come with the blades. And the fan was no good, and I paid $120 for it. And the motor was locked up on it. And most of the time, the sellers / previous owners on eBay, they never really tell the truth. Like, they'll say that the fan runs without no problems, but yet when you get the fan, it doesn't run. Now, I got a Harbor Breeze Rocket fan 5 months ago from eBay, and that fan was also used. And the previous owner didn't say whether the fan ran or not. Now, the only thing the fan was missing was its original mounting bracket, even though it did come with one, but it wasn't the right one. And it was also missing the Spaceman pull chain for the fan, the pendant. Now, if you watch my videos, I actually have a video of the rocket fan on my channel. I was very frustrated with that fan because I paid over $300 for it, $324 to be exact, for that fan. And when I got it, it arrived very filthy, and the fan didn't run. The top lights did not work. The only lights that worked was the bottom lights. And I had to go and get a new capacitor for that fan. And a Spaceman pull fob. When you're buying a used fan from eBay, you also don't know whether the bearings are good or not. I have gotten some fans from eBay that the bearings were not really that great. Even though, so far, I only got one fan from eBay that the bearings were not the greatest, but the motor was locked up, and that was that Fair Isles. But as for the rest of the fans that I've been getting from eBay, luckily, they've been good, and I haven't really had any fans with bad bearings. Besides this Belhaven. Now, if you watch my videos, I mentioned that I got not just one of these, but 2 of these from Facebook Marketplace. I pretty much said the whole story about the purchase with these 2 fans on my channel. And that's also another place you shouldn't buy a used fan from. Now, I was scrolling around on eBay a couple of months ago. Well, not months, but weeks. I saw a Harbor Breeze South Lake, and it was brand new in the box. And the previous owner wanted around $500 for it. And they also wanted extra for shipping. That much for a fan, I think, is completely insane. That is way too much money for a fan, especially it being brand new and older and discontinued. And for it being a home center fan too, I think that's way too much. Most of those eBay sellers do not care about the fan. All they care about is just trying to make a profit and selling the fan as much as possible just to go and rip you off and get your money. I would never pay that much for a fan, whether it's new or used. When you're getting a used fan from eBay, you also don't know if the capacitor is good. Because most eBay sellers, they don't make videos of their fans before they take it apart and put in a box and get ready to sell it. And sometimes when you ask the seller questions, sometimes they may not respond. Or if they know that the fan doesn't run or if something's wrong with it, they're not going to be honest about it. When I had that beat up Fair Isles, I messaged the seller about the condition that it was in, and I never heard back from the seller. And the fan did come from Florida, so that probably could explain the rust. You have to be careful looking at the pictures on eBay whenever you're buying a used fan. Because in the pictures, it could look like the fan is in good condition, But when you get it in person, it's a whole different story. The fan would arrive filthy, and the capacitor could be not good, and sometimes the fan could just be beat up. Now, I got 2 fans from eBay sometime around March, and it was my Windward 2 that I have now, and it was a Rutherford as well. I got both of those fans at the same time, but only one of those fans showed up. And if you guessed the Windward 2, then you're correct. And as for the Rutherford, it never showed up. So, pretty much, I got my money back for the Rutherford because the seller never sent the fan. And that's another thing you have to watch out for. Sometimes the fan won't even show up to your house when you buy it. And I messaged the seller about it, and no response. No response from the seller. If you're looking for a used fan on eBay, and if there's only one picture of the fan, if there's not multiple pictures, I wouldn't buy the fan. I would just run away. The Windward 2 fan that I have now, when it arrived, when the USPS driver delivered it, they dropped the fan. And I don't think that was the only time that they also dropped the fan. Because when I got the fan and when I unboxed it, the globe was broken. And that's also one reason why I don't like my stuff being delivered by USPS, because they are very careless. They don't care. They'll just ship it any kind of way. When I took that fan out the box, it literally looked like they was playing football with the fan. Like it was just in rough condition. Even the newer fans, like the Notice, the Centerville, and a lot of the newer Hampton Bays, even the sellers want way too much money for those. And all of those fans are spinning piles of junk. You could probably find some of those fans at a Habitat Restore for way cheaper. Now, all of the fans that I have, the majority of them are brand new, out of the box. I always go for new because when you're getting a new fan, you know that you're getting a good fan and you know it's going to work. And you know it's going to be in good condition. To where as for getting a used fan, you're taking a big risk because you don't know if the fan runs, you don't know if the capacitor is good, and you don't know if the bearings are good or not. And you also don't know if the previous owner took care of the fan. And you also don't know if the previous owner is honest. So as a whole, stay away from eBay and all the crooks that try and rip you off to get your money. So if you don't want to miss a new video on my channel, remember to ring that bell.